The world in which we live is full of all types of individuals. The manipulators are the most crafty of them. People who subjugate others by manipulating them. On the other hand, some women are highly manipulative toward men. However, why do people behave that way? In general, to be the one to initiate communication in a relationship and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Being manipulable does not make the soft gender weak. Fighting guys hand to fist is not possible. The only way to win a man over is for women to master emotion management. Have you ever heard the adage, if you want a man to do something, make sure his wife is on your side? Taking into account that most men will likely answer their wives' deceptive calls. If you want to be a man who doesn't dance to other people's music, watch this video through to the end to see how women attempt to dominate males. We do not want you to be embarrassed or used unfairly. That being said, let us look at the dishonest strategies women use to manipulate men. Greetings from Z Taxi. We love to share relationship tips, tactics, and ideas on this channel to help you get better. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and give the YouTube algorithm a high five for this video. Now, without further ado, let's begin. 8th, sobbing. Not all women are capable of lying. Not all tears are crocodile tears, even though this one is a challenging cry. None of us find it bothersome when a loved one cries. Women employ this cheesy tactic to look weak and defenseless. They turn their tears against you, to make you feel guilty for something you never did. It's possible that she is crying to try to break your heart and make you do what she says. It's her disorganized way of getting things done. You may believe she's crying, yet she might be smiling on the inside. Men have been taught socially to repress their emotions. Their tears come not from a lack of emotion, but rather from the knowledge that others would regard them less if they wept. Women use this to their advantage, to persuade men to fulfill their distorted goals. You should be aware that she might be playing the victim. The 7th strategy is constant comparison. Comparison is harmful for men who struggle to survive in a highly competitive society. Unfortunately, a lot of women use the dirty trick of comparing their men to other guys to get things done the way they want. She may claim, for instance, that you just hosted a dinner date, but that on their anniversary, a diamond ring was given to them by someone else's spouse. She doesn't give a damn about your struggles or your nice comments. When she draws parallels between you and other guys, she will devalue all of your wonderful efforts on her behalf. Your sense of value will erode, and you'll start to doubt other facets of your existence. Have you managed to fix your sister's computer problem yet? Yes, my good friend will aid me when you are unable to. In an attempt to get you to save her, she will act like a defenseless little girl. Men would rather not be assessed by others. Men want to put things right and take care of their wife. Unfortunately, a man would have fixed my computer regardless, but since his wife insisted on having it fixed immediately, manipulation is required. For what reason are men even more vulnerable to this form of manipulation? But men hate to be compared. They object to having their shortcomings, achievements, and struggles contrasted with those of others. Consequently, a guy feels self-conscious and succumbs to pressure to appear better when a woman continually compares herself to other women in an effort to exert control over him. If you are concerned that people will talk negatively about you behind your back and believe that you are a stingy guy who is unable to provide for his wife, then she is to blame. Her comparison made you feel less confident in your ability to help her. Number 6. Superfluous compliments. You are so amazing, baby. Do you realize how amazing you are? If the number of compliments suddenly increases, cause for concern. If a woman compliments you on something you wouldn't typically notice, she's trying to manipulate you. A close observer may find her frequent praise odd, but she will make you feel like the best guy in the world. She will sugarcoat her statements so much that you will feel bad if you don't comply with her requests and make you feel good about yourself. Giving compliments is a good thing. Men should be commended for their accomplishments, but they are often portrayed in ways that imply ulterior motives. High-value men are highly intelligent. Such women are easily seen through when they become overly sweet and overly complimentary. With enough bravery, they ask, "What exactly do you want?" 5. Nicknames. This one could surprise you because we have all experienced it at least once in our life, whether it was with our parents, siblings, or spouses. Giving someone a nickname is one of the dirty techniques women use to try to manipulate men. They call you by cutesy nicknames or make fun of you. When words like love or honey are used excessively, it makes you wonder, what is she chasing? As they are finishing their primary tasks, you will become entangled in a pleasant minor talk. The overly pleasant tone makes you feel like a servant. The very idea of telling her no fills you with guilt because she's appealing to your sense of self-worth and affection. This time, though, she calls you by your nickname with such sweetness that you can hardly refuse her invitation again. 4. Staying away from you. Imagine a man reaching out to a woman via text to set up a meeting. She turns down his offer since, despite her assertions to the contrary, she is not busy. She just wants him to pursue her more seriously. Some women will do whatever it takes to catch a man's interest. You seem to have had a woman who avoided you by not returning calls or texts. She's trying to grab your attention by asking for some space. This is a trap, you are not the one at fault. Women present themselves to men in such a way that you almost fear losing her, leading you to acquiesce to all of her wishes. If she is the only woman in your life who has dealt you this card, you should talk to her or reconsider who you choose to be your life partner. 3. Presenting yourself as the expert at all times. Women are perfect. That's what we said there. For what reason is that the case? Well, some women trick men by always seeming to be right. Let's be truthful. Nobody likes to be thought to be in error. But manipulative women don't have the courage to take responsibility for their errors. If a woman continues to believe she is right even when she makes a mistake, your relationship is the sickest. If she's always right, then you're always wrong. You'll find that you have to offer an apology for actions you never took. She either doesn't want to be treated like a lesser person in front of you, or she has childhood trauma that keeps her from owning up to her mistake out of fear of what will happen next. Knowing that will enable you to assess her intentions more accurately. If you are not skilled at resolving conflicts, things might not proceed as planned. You cave in and accept her crafty, perverse ways of getting things done rather than speaking out for yourself. Such a woman has no regard for your beliefs or values. She plays good ego guard. If your woman has demonstrated any of these desperate techniques used by women to manipulate men, you have to act. If you don't, you'll continue to be emotionally mistreated and confused. 2. Adherence. Women are highly intelligent people. Since they acknowledge that this is a world dominated by men, they take advantage of obedience. They do everything you ask of them in an attempt to get your approval. Unfortunately, this is the scariest way she may refuse your wishes. For the most part, males value their partner's obedience and subordination. He wants a woman, not a boss. She may be persuasive and compliant at the same time. Initially, throwing fits. Women are complex creatures. They enjoy losing their composure. It is a feature of their design. While many women try to suppress it, some feel forced to act out. For example, you claim that when you went out with friends, your wife started acting suspiciously. To entice you to stay, she tried to pretend to be upset with you. Refuse to give in to your partner's manipulation tactics and stay tough. Tantrums don't occur in happy relationships. If she really does love you, she will understand and change the way she acts. In a relationship, power battles are not appropriate. Some women have become skilled manipulators. Women have the power to either make or break a man. How can you avoid becoming a victim of a scam? Be clear, concise in your communication. Above all, respect your partner's refusals and be honest and forthright in your communication. Many guys may find it difficult to admit or recognize that they are being affected. You are not at fault when it happens to you, and since the manipulator is the issue, there is regrettably nothing you can do to stop it. It is the manipulator's job to find assistance. If you really love them, explain to them how the manipulation is hurting your relationship. If the manipulation persists, you should cut off the toxic link. You too can deepen your relationship by having thoughtful, constructive talks on these subjects. If not, don't put off ending a manipulative relationship if you find yourself in one for another minute. Act now to put an end to it before it gets out of control. I hope the movie was both enjoyable and instructive for you. In case you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for observing.